Thank you, panel. That was great. That was really, really helpful. And you can just sit here and I'll look at you while we speak. Beth made a really good point there, everybody did, but towards the end about who we know, right? So one of the things that we've learned through doing the networking that we've had in UDEN over the last year and a bit is that it's amazing how many people in this room that actually know something. You wouldn't think of it looking at us, right? But we do. We all know somebody, and so usually if you're looking for something, there is probably somebody in this room that knows that answer, or maybe you'll find that on things like the website. Yeah, I know I talk about this every time, but we have a dedicated page on our website that contains resources for startups, and which we'll update with some of the takeaways from tonight's panel as well. The website also contains details of upcoming events, not just UDEN's events, but also other events. For example, tomorrow there's a cool spy hop party that everyone should be going to. Details right there on the UDEN website, and another good example of where to make connections. You can add your own events there as well. In fact, we ask that you do please post your events on there, because it's one of the ways that we are trying to help this community come together and share. So please don't make me come after you and ask you why you didn't post your event on the UDEN website. It's just not something I like doing. Well, actually, I do like complaining, but don't give me the opportunity, right? We also have a jobs board that you can post any open positions to. Yes, you can post your open positions there, and it's free, so please do make use of that service. And there's also blogs and UDEN's goals and links to resources and more. So the site is, it's not the world's best website, right? I did it. So, there's your excuse. It's in its infancy, but it's a start. And we're all volunteers, but we can only grow it with your support. So please help us. And if you don't use it, it'll go away. UDEN will go away. We're a voluntary organization. We're trying to build something. We're trying to build a community for our futures. And I think one of the key things that you might take away from this conversation tonight too is the fact that the better community we are, as a creative community, as a business-minded community, the more likely it is that we're going to get more funding for more people. You can think about the successful creative communities. You can think of New York, Austin, Montreal. They all started out like us, right? They started out as a group of people coming together to say, together we're stronger, together we're bigger. So that's one of my takeaways. We also post these meetings on YouTube. Over the past year, there's been a lot of great information, such as that we heard from our very distinguished panel tonight. And that's all been shared, and it's available for you. So it does take us a while to put these videos up there, so we apologize the fact that they're not completely up to date. I think we've got 2 more on the way. But on that note, I'd like to just quickly point out Jeff Peters and AJ Dimmock and thank them for their help with these events and putting them together. So coming soon on the website, on YouTube rather, will be the UDEN 10 meeting with a keynote from Roger Altisser, and last month's startup meeting, followed very soon by this one. So the last note from me before we get into networking, so you can start using those contacts that we've been talking about. I wanted to mention our friends at the Leonardo, another really terrific local institution. They're holding a free festival in Library Square on August the 6th, celebrating flight. There'll be drones and hot air balloons and military flyovers and more. And this is the Leonardo's first original blockbuster exhibit, and they've asked us to send their thanks to everyone who contributed or shared their generosity campaign, because that has allowed them to produce this amazing museum experience. So on their behalf, thank you. And please make a note in your diaries. So let's end tonight. See, Ninja PowerPoint. Let's end the presentation part of the evening by showing our thanks to tonight's sponsors, Zions Bank, and also our panelists, Kurt, Craig, Beth, John, Mike, Joe, and the other John. Thank you. Okay, so now it's time to mingle and get to know members of Utah's digital entertainment community. Almost done, guys. Almost done. And like I said, every meeting, please don't be shy. I know it's tough to go up to somebody you don't know and say hello, but it's a great opportunity to network and go meet. Perhaps most importantly, as I say, you can find other people who can help provide you with something you're looking for, or maybe you can help them. So to help break the ice tonight, I always give you an icebreaker to use, and people tell me this is really useful. I want you to think of it like Pokemon Go, right? How many business cards or contact info can you collect tonight? Got to catch them all, as they say, right? So thank you all for coming. We'll see you at the next meeting, the details of which we'll post on the UDEN website soon. So let's network. Thank you, everybody.